How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We are back for another Dokkan Battle video. In today's video, we are taking on the new AGL Gohan's Young Warriors Resolve Burst Mode. This is the newest burst mode during the November campaign. So we're going to take it on, starting with the Revenge category. We're going to go ahead and stick through all of our normal categories now. The thing with this one, because we're using Revenge, we're going to put the attacks on defense on the lowest setting, and you're going to see why here on a second. But otherwise, we're going to turn everything on. We're just going to go for the basic 6,000. And it's because the team here, like, this is the best team you can make with the Revenge category, given Int and Fizz. Like, it's just... it's not a good category. It's really not. So, especially with the highest points being given to Fizz and Int types, we gotta rock the Broly team here. So that's what we're gonna do here. So we've got Broly, we've got Metal Cooler, we've got Int Baby sub EZA, and then we've got the two GT sub EZAs, along with Piccolo Jr. Piccolo Jr. is pretty much gonna be our Piccolo Jr. and Baby are gonna be our main attackers. Really, that's the reality of what we're dealing with here. So we're going to start by getting off that domain now. I don't imagine we're going to have too much trouble offensively. I might try to come back in here and just see if I can push the numbers, see if I can get us to at least 7,000. But for the purposes of this video, we're just going to show you how to get the basic 6, so that way you can get your coins, your points, and your OSTs, all those sweet burst mode rewards. Remember, the coins can be exchanged for exclusive skill orbs for Revenge and Heavenly Events categories, so why not make it easy here? Let's see here. We have there we go. And then now we got the Baby. We'll try. So the nice thing is because we're against a Gohan for most of this fight, we'll be able to activate the domain regardless of whether we have a full uncontrollable power rotation, which actually I don't even think we can get here. So, well, actually, maybe we can. I think Baby in Giant Ape is on uncontrollable power, so I think if we got, like, both Brolys and Baby on a rotation, we could pull it off. But, I mean, again, regardless, we're against a Gohan for the most of this fight, so it's not really gonna matter. But, I mean, as you can see here, even with this, like, just that little bit of defense raise that we gave him, like, it's causing problems for us offensively. It means that this is probably going to take a minute. We could increase the offense on the boss, but the issue is I'm not so worried about Broly, Piccolo Jr., and Baby, but it's the fact that, right, the GT, Cell, and Frieza, not really anybody else we can run here to be our floaters, and that's kind of the issue here. That at least are Fizz and N types. I guess you could try the Metal Coolers, like the Metal Cooler clones. The only issue with them is, right, not having a full setup with the added support that they give each other. I mean, it puts us in a strange spot. But there we go. Kind of shame we proc the giant form here. This was not a good time to proc it, especially because we're still very early on in the fight. Would have been much better proc later, but is what it is. We'll take that. I'm pretty sure we're just going to straight up kill here. Yep, there we go. Alright, see, waste of a giant form. Although, I think he can proc it twice. Okay, so up next we got Piccolo here. We will run out of our domain probably during this phase, and since we're facing Piccolo, I don't think we can redo the domain. And I love this Piccolo asset. It's a shame this is like the aura farming Piccolo asset, and it's a shame that it's wasted on the STR Piccolo and Krillin. Wait, did these guys EZA? Oh, now would be the perfect time to EZA these guys. I just realized that. The Piccolo and Krillin could totally EZA right now, because we EZA'd the AGL Gohan. They've never EZA'd, did they? I don't think they have. I gotta check that. I can't remember if they EZ8'd or not. I don't think they did. So now would be the, yeah, this would be the time to do it. Oh, that would be perfect, especially if you're someone who didn't, well, actually, they're not on demonic power, are they? And we may have to wait a minute. But they gotta do it soon, right? Because they're a great unit to proc Gohan's unit super with. There we go. Okay. So yeah, like I said, now we can't use the domain here. Okay, let's do that. Let's grab that. And then boom. Perfect. Alrighty, so can we kill this turn? That is the question. We don't have any big bad bosses active for Piccolo Jr. I think we got one more turn out of him too before he drops in offense. But yeah, I mean, like I said, this is the reason we're not, you know, pushing the upper limits of the attack, because there isn't a whole lot to work with here. We could probably try it with maybe like AGL and Int, and we go with some setups that utilize the AGL Gohan. But there for like heavenly events, but I mean otherwise there's not really a whole lot you can do here. It's just this is a bad burst mode. This is a really bad burst mode. I'm curious to see what the scores are gonna look like here towards the end, because this is kind of rough. There we go. Okay. Well, at least they're not dying. Okay, so let's put Broly in front here. I mean, so at this point, we do have his revive available in case anything goes wrong, but I doubt it. Again, we didn't give him that much extra attack, so I think really the only two who can die here are the Frieza and Cell, but I mean, we've been pretty fortunate that this is, in fact, a Dokkan event where we don't have to rely too much on anything happening in the third slot. There we go. Okay, so Broly drops Piccolo, and I think this the final phase after this. Yeah, this is the final phase. Perfect. Okay, so yeah. Oh, nice. That's right. That hit well, not the hit, but the orbs we took dropped our HP, which actually allows us to use Piccolo Jr.'s giant form. So, hooray! It's funny that these are, I mean, these giant forms are actually dealing some decent damage here. That's very helpful. All right, let's grab that. Let's grab that. And perfect. Nice little giant form turn here. Okay. We're going to actually deal some damage here. But yeah, if you have the manga Piccolo, he's very helpful here too. Because he's on the revenge category. So he would be very helpful here too. I don't think there's any Gokus on revenge though, so you wouldn't be able to activate his Goku portion of his passive. Alright. There we go. Now we get the additional super. We're just chipping away at him. Chipping away. Yeah, so that's the thing. It's like, with these burst modes, the slightest increase in damage reduction, defense, and HP just makes these drag. Especially when you're stuck using teams like this, but is what it is. Again, our focus was just to get the 6,000 points here. And I mean, we're making decent progress. It just slow, obviously. Let's grab that. Take that. Okay, so I mean, we missed one super, but that's okay. So hopefully we just go ahead and exit giant form after this turn and start laying into him with the supers here. Okay, and I think we have Fizz Cooler on the rotation, which means we have big bad bosses. Yeah, we barely did anything here with this giant form. There we go. Alright, so exiting the giant form. Yes, we do. Okay, so at least we'll get big bad bosses with Piccolo here. I mean, we could... I don't know. I think we could put Piccolo slot 1 and get his slot 1 passive active for some extra damage. But let's go ahead and let's put the domain back up. Yeah, maybe that's what we should have done. Should have been doing. We should have been putting Piccolo Jr. in slot 1 because, I mean, since we didn't increase the attack that much, he could probably go. But then we'd have to float off Broly, and I mean, I honestly feel like it's probably better keeping Broly on. I don't know. We'll see. Let's grab that. Yeah, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Okay. Yeah, it's probably for the best to keep Broly on, honestly. Perfect. Yeah. Yes. Excellent. Alright, 11 mil. Very nice. Alright, we're getting those crits. Alright, that's very helpful. Another one. Excellent. And one more. Perfect. 12 mil. Alright, give us another crit here. That's not a crit. Alright, so, well then it's up to Metal Cooler here. We'll let him do his thing. And then... Yeah, he's probably not going to do that much damage. Yeah. Alright, but we have the baby and the Broly on the next turn to make up for that. Perfect. Finally got him built up. And here we go. Alright, so we got baby and Broly here. Let's grab that. Perfect. We'll grab the 5 here with baby, and then we'll just send off the GT Frieza. Okay, so I don't think Broly's going to kill here. However, I do think baby can. Oh, that's right. He launches the big attack, so that could potentially kill us, maybe, if it hits the wrong unit. I think Broly or baby is probably fine to eat it. But if it hits, like, the Friezas or something, that would suck. And doesn't matter, he's dead. So, there we go. So, there you have it, folks. There is the new AGL Gohan, Young Warriors Resolve, Burst Mode complete. Again, the focus of this was to show you how to get all 6,000 points so you can get those sweet Burst Mode rewards, those exclusive skill orbs, those coins you can exchange for your OSTs. Like I said, this is kind of a buns category. There's not a whole lot you can do with this. This is literally the best team you can make out of the typings, right? Aside from, you know, maybe subbing in the GT ones, like for like, if you have the Battlefield LR one would probably be a better choice, but I mean, you still don't have a whole lot to work with here. So like I said, we'll probably do another video where we push the upper limits of the attack, but I'm not so sure how it's going to work. We'll definitely have another Heavenly Events one up here after that to show you guys how to complete the Heavenly Events one as well. So, guys, that's it for the video. If you like the video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and in the comments down below, let us know what team did you use to clear this burst mode. We'd love to see the creative teams you guys come up with, and what was your highest score. If nothing else, guys, thanks for watching, and aloha.